and today we're going to be looking at a song by Atomic Bush called Sano Prakash, and it's by the legendary Abhishek, so let's get started. So the first thing first is we're using a synth sound in the demo, but I'm going to be just using a piano sound, which is much better on the ears. So the first thing we want to learn is the pattern. So it's made up of two groups of three, and then two groups of two. So try to count along with me. We're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'm going to say those numbers and play that riff so you can hear what the rhythm's like. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I should probably play it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that actually just goes for the whole intro. So the main thing we need to learn is where we're switching between notes. So in the first bit, the main chord that the rest of the band is playing is C sharp minor. I made that a seventh. So C sharp minor is the big chord at the start. And what the keyboard does is we're putting our thumb on G sharp, then C sharp, and then F sharp. So kind of making a bit of quartal harmony. So we're stacking fourths on top of each other. And then what we're doing is we're doing that rhythm I told you before. And it seems complicated, but if we break it down, it's actually really simple. In our pinky, or my pinky, what I'm doing is I'm just playing those notes that are simply stepping down and up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I just fill it in with the rest of the chord. So the first bit is. So can you hear how we're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then, because the song's got to be interesting, right? We change the chord for the next bit. So then we change to F sharp minor, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So once again, the notes at the top are exactly the same. And then the last chord change we have, we just move our thumb up one step to make a sus chord, and then we do the same thing. Then we go back to the first chord. So the main thing is to just really feel the groove in this part, which I know you will all do much better than me because you know this song super, super well. And then the only change at the end of the intro is after we play through that again and again, there's one slight difference. So let me just play that section for you. So this is normal. This is also normal. But instead of going to that sus chord, we actually go to an F sharp major chord. And then we go back to that sus chord. So F sharp, C sharp, B. And then we do a little bit of a scale run into the solo, which is just a G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, and E. So let's just play that last line together. So all normal, then the F sharp chord, then the sus chord, and then I should play the right note then. So then it's C sharp, and then it goes to the other C sharp. And with the solo, the main thing with this, it sounds really like fast and complicated, and it's an amazing solo, by the way. Hats off to you, Abhishek. And the cool thing I like about this is it's all based around the C sharp natural minor scale, which is basically just the E major scale, except we're shifting down to C sharp. Throughout this, we're just using those notes, except there's a very spicy bit towards the end where we have a G sharp. Sorry, not a G sharp, a G natural. G sharp is usually in the scale, but G natural is not. So onto the solo. With this one, The main thing, I think, when I was learning it was to make sure your fingering is really good, because if you have good fingering, then it'll be really smooth as you transition between the bars. So the first thing we start off with is our octave. And then this part I had to practice a lot because we're running down the scale and up. But not just like a normal scale like that, but we're skipping a few notes. So how I did it was I put my pinky at the top note and then I went down from there. And then I used my pinky again, so my fifth finger, on that next little part. So I'll play that. And you can slow down the video to see what fingering I'm using exactly. Then after that, we get into the triplet part. So if you just think of triplet like triplet, 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 start off slow and then build up the speed, and then it won't seem as scary anymore. So that first line slowly. 2, 3, and... So did you hear how I did those triplets? Triplet, 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 triplet. And those triplets are actually the exact same later in the solo. And you can see in Astronaut's transcription, it's all there. It's all the same notes. So once you've mastered that first bit, then the next bit will be easier. And what else in this solo? So the rest of it is mainly just based around the scale. I think the triplets are the main thing to look out for. Maybe another tip I would say is when you're playing the crotchet triplets, especially when you're playing the G note, because melodically in the solo, G natural isn't part of the scale, you really want to emphasize that note so everyone's like, oh, that's something different, that's something interesting. So that bit. So I think I could have even emphasized that a little bit more. Besides that, everything else is all the same. So why don't you go home, have a little try playing this with Astronaut's backing track, and tell me what you think.